Who needs a gun? Boom, boom, knock you Yeah, you always make me go. Yeah, you always make me go. I run away with your footsteps. I'll build a city that drinks for two. And if you lose yourself, I will find you.
Would you believe me if I said we are here for a reason now? This is our life, this is what counts, this is for us. I will go anywhere for you. I will go anywhere for you.
Don't you think that it's boring how people talk? Making smart with their words again. Well, I'm bored. Because I'm doing this for the thrill of it, killing it, never not chasing a million things I want. And I am only as young as the minute is full of it, getting pumped up on the little bright things I want. But I know they'll never own me. Baby, be the class clown, I'll be the beauty queen in tears. It's a new art form showing people how little we care. We're so happy, even when we're smiling out of fear. Let's go down to the tennis court and talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. Let's go down to the tennis court and talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. And talk it up like yeah. Let's go down to the tennis court and talk it up like yeah.
When you wanna get off the ground, but gravity pulls you down. Gravity pulls you down. When you feel out of place, you don't have to be afraid. No, you don't have to be afraid. Take my hand and this is freedom. That's what we are made of. Yes, we are.
Nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way.
AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200
Every single person can be successful.
dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time
Now
trader.
we're currently up
Even if you have
$2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this,
$100
go out, make that
profit.
money, make a killing, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby. Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, scattered out throughout the world. I'm talking Pennsylvania to California. I'm talking Portugal all the way to Izakaban. I'm talking Russia all the way to China. Traders from North to South Pole, welcome to the greatest show on earth. Welcome to Money Monday here on Tradecaster.com. You're absolutely joining the absolutely magnificent 6'2" man on the screen that's gonna make you fall in love and make you want to hide your camera from your husband and your wife. Team, we're back here. We're ready to go on this day. I'm jacked up at this moment, if you may or may not know. I got a little enthusiasm, I got a little energy, I got a little bit of ecstasy. Yeah, actually, I don't have that. I shouldn't say that on camera here. But what I will say is today is going to be one of those days that I'm just absolutely jacked up about. And if I might say why. Why am I so excited? Why am I so jacked up right now? And it really comes on down to the pure fact, if we could just slow things on down here. Everyone just take a breath. Whew, okay. What I'm really excited about on this day is the fact that in 2024 so far, we have an 89% win rate. On the fact in 2024 so far, we have an average winning day of $874. Yes, guys, you've heard that correctly. So on average, I win 9 out of 10 times. On average, the average time I trade, I make $874 per day. On average, how many times am I trading per day? 3 times. So these are not numbers that I'm pulling out of thin air. These are numbers that you can see every single day over on Tradecaster.com as I'm live and I'm live doing it. You are tuning into the man who does not hide P&Ls, who shows every single live trade, who shows every single alert, who talks about every single play, who makes sure that you guys are winning. That's what I want. I don't want anyone saying, oh, he made money, but I lost. Oh, he made a lot of profit, but I didn't make any whatsoever. I want to make sure that every single person wins. There's more than enough money for every single one of us to be able to come out on top. That's what's so amazing, guys. There's more than enough money here for every single person to make money. It's not like I need to hoard it. It's not like I don't need to tell you guys things. That's where I think, again, a lot of mentorship goes wrong. When people basically say to themselves, ooh, I'm not going to tell you this because it's a secret. Traders, why would I not tell you things? I want to be able to tell you absolutely everything I know. That's from trading, support, resistance, strategies, volume, indicators, level 2, everything. Because the more people who know it, the more that we are going to be able to have these markets and be able to have these plays move in our direction. I want every single person to know my strategy. I want every single person to know what works. I want every single person to come out on top in the green. So let's make sure that happens today. If you guys are watching over on YouTube, over on this Money Monday, I ask for one thing and one thing only, and that's to hit that thumbs on up. Drop a comment over in the comments right now. A good morning at Dekmar Trades. Ahoo! If you guys are watching over on TikTok, hit that follow button. Double tap the screen. Show a little bit of love. Drop something in the comments below. Let me know that you guys are here with me right now. So team, we got to make sure that we're all set, ready to go on this. I appreciate everyone tuning in every single day, and I know it's hard not to. It's addictive around here. You know what I mean? It's contagious. There's something in the air right now. You know what? I see you smiling. I see you laughing. I see you enjoying this Money Monday. Don't you hide it. You're so cute and adorable when you try to hold your smile in. Stop it. Let those pearly whites shine, baby. Okay, so let's talk about this day. Let's talk about what we have here. So traders, at this time on this day, we got to go over the S&P 500. Now the SPY, top 500 companies in the United States. Top 5 companies in the United States here. And when we take a look at the SPY, the last week has started to get a little bit iffy. Traders are starting to think that this point right here was the high, was the top. We are not going to see this point again of, what was it, 524 for a very long time. Who here believes that? Who here believes that the top is in? The SPY, the high is in, and now we are only going to be heading on down from here. I mean, traders, when we take a look over on the S&P 500 and we take a look over on this monthly chart, can we really blame someone for saying that the top might be in now? Can we blame someone after we saw in 2020 the market go from 244 and spike all the way up towards 478? Almost, a whole 100% return. It's like absolutely insane on how big the S&P 500 has been running in the last 2.5 years. Then we did have a little bit of a drop. And now the market's basically been going straight on up ever since the bottom of 2022, where we went from 352 and now we're all the way up to 515. This market has been going higher and 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 higher. This market is just continuously climbing on up. So I definitely can understand that some traders at this time are saying to themselves, hey, Dek, I do think that the S&P 500, the top has been recorded at 524. And from here, we're heading on down south. Well, team, why are we heading on down south? Is it because we're overbought slightly? Is it because the market's been moving up for the past year and a half? Is it because maybe the S&P 500 inflation is starting to really stay aggressive and now the Federal Reserve is starting to run and starting to scramble around? For those who were not here yesterday, I'll say yesterday and even the previous week, you can see we had some very hard Friday or very hard big red days. What are these big red days from? These big red days are from inflation data. Basically, the last 3.5 years, we've talked about inflation. And we know that Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve has been trying to slow down inflation. But we have finally gotten reports that inflation has not been slowing down the way we want it to. And there might be a chance that we're not only pausing interest rate, but we're not cutting interest rates all this year. There might actually be a chance that we actually raise interest rates another time, be able to stop people from spending so much. So the S&P 500 at this moment, team, traders are asking themselves and thinking to themselves, okay, hey, I thought we were going to cut rates coming on up. Hey, weren't we supposed to cut rates in March? Yeah, they actually lied about that. Well, are we supposed to be cutting rates in June? Oh, yeah, they already said that's not going to be happening. So when can we cut rates? Maybe at the end of July? Potentially. But the thing is, there is fear now starting to take on over. Another website that you guys can always go over towards, you can type in Fear and Greed Index over on Google and get a good fear and greed index here. And you can see fear and greed index. You can see usually we have been sitting in the greed. So previous close was in the greed. 1 month ago was in the greed. 1 week ago was in the greed. 1 year ago was in the greed. So usually this needle is always pointing at the greed or extreme greed. Now, what does greed and extreme greed mean? It means that this needle shows that people are buying. People are putting themselves out there. People are trying to make money. When this needle starts moving over to fear,
and extreme fear, that's usually when the market starts turning and starts dropping. And the reason why is because nobody trades when they're fearful. Imagine when you're fearful. What do? You sit back, you take your money, you hoard your money, you hold your money, and you say, hey, you know what? I don't want to be putting myself in any sort of bad position. I don't want to be putting myself in any sort of bad play. I don't want to be putting myself out when the market's dumping and the market's falling. I don't want to be losing my money. So whenever we see that this, fear and greed index right here, we see that there's greed and extreme greed. That's when people are buying. But when people have fear and extreme fear, that's when people are selling. So right now we're starting to creep over for the first time this year into the fear. You see previous close greed, 1 month ago greed, 1 week ago greed, 1 year ago greed. It's basically has been on the right side of this the entire way. And now we're just starting to creep our way on over. So Dek, does that mean we only want to be doing put contracts? And the answer is no. You don't only want to be doing put contracts, because I'll tell you guys right now, the S&P 500, yes, it will have a pullback at some point. Do I know the exact date, time, price? I'll be honest with you. No, I can't predict that. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to be some liar here just being like, oh yeah, guys, this is exactly going to happen on this exact day. What I like to do is try to use the research, use the technical analysis, use everything that I possibly can to figure out what is going to work, what is going to be successful, how these plays are going to be able to set themselves on up. So when I take a look at the SPY, let's break down what we can do on this play. What I can do and what I can see is that we do have a nice downtrend. Here's a downtrend at this moment. The S&P 500, if we ever did start spiking our way on up, we would have room to run back up towards around that 518 mark. So 518 would be the target. 518 would be the goal. 518 is where traders would want to be focusing on for a reversal. That means we could easily spike another $3.50 on this play from this current area. Now, if the S&P 500 starts falling, we do have strong support back on down towards around 509. 509 is going to be the 50-day moving average. Now, the 50-day moving average, traders, this long blue line is usually a very, very, very strong area of support. For instance, you guys can see it like right here. Bounce play, right at that 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average is usually the strongest on like a monthly chart. Bounce play. You can see how well it holds on up, over on this 50-day moving average right here, on how great it kind of follows that path. So usually what we always look for is 50-day moving averages and 200-day moving averages for very strong bounce plays. So same exact thing, we came on down on Friday to 509. Look at, we already bounced all the way back up to 515. The issue with today that I'm seeing is some traders are going to say, hey, Dek, the market's starting to fall. The market's starting to fade. We don't have good inflation data. Things are getting weaker. We already have the top end. The RSI shows that we're overbought. Things could start turning, and people are going to start getting very scared and fearful. That's one way. But the other way that traders are going to see this is every time that we've had a dip, in about the past year, it's gone gobbled up, and we've had monster rips and runs. Here's a dip. Big time spike. Here's a dip, possible big time spike. Every single time we've ever had a dip, it seems like we've also had a very big spike to follow it. So the thing is, it's very hard to go against the market when the market has just been screaming to the upside, and every single time we get any sort of dip whatsoever, it gets bought on up, right? So today, team, I do want to sit back probably for the first 10 to 15 minutes. See what this market's going to do for us. If we do go on a quick morning spike and rip and run up towards 519, I will look for a short up at this area. If we do start dumping on down, let's say back on down towards around 509, we could look for a dip buy. I basically like to kind of a lot of times wait for support and resistance. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this picture right here, and I want you guys to understand. So basically what we have is this, okay? And I'm going to blow this up so you guys can see it in a much better fashion. Okay, so this is where we're at on the daily chart. Let's make this a little bit larger. Okay, so let's kind of draw this out. Here is a big downtrend, right? And here is our main support line on the S&P 500, right? This is basically this picture right here just blown up. So we know that this bottom is going to be right around 509, and we know that this top right now is going to be right around 518. What is the perfect way to trade this? Well, as you guys can obviously see, where we are currently sitting at this moment, team, is we are currently sitting right in the middle. right? When I take a look over on the S&P 500 right here, right? Everyone take a look here. We are going to be opening up at the price of 515. Now, when we open up at the price of 515, that's going to be right in the middle. We could really go either way. If I buy right when the market opens at 515, there's a chance that the market goes down and I can make money on puts. There's a chance that the market goes up and I can make money on calls. But I don't know. It's a 50-50. So what's the best way to trade this? If I see that over here in the past, guys, every single time we have hit this top area, hit this top area, hit this top area, and hit this top area, that's 4 different times that we've hit this downtrend and we have fallen, the best place to enter would be at this downtrend. When we come up to this downtrend, once again here, this would be the best area to look for a touch and then a reversal back on down. Now, the same exact thing when we come on down towards this bottom area where we could see this bottom blue support, and again, bounce right here. So we had a bounce right here. Let's put this over in blue. We had a bounce right here. We had a bounce right here. We have a bounce right here. Let's say we start on off and we get a nice little drop on down. Well, there'd be a great opportunity that we would bounce right back on up and start going on this nice move back on up towards this side. So really, if you're saying, Dek, what are you going to do at the start of the day? This little dash line right here, I know it's very tough to see if you're on a small screen, but that's where we're currently sitting at. Okay, we have room to spike at the very start of the day. We have room to drop at the very start of the day. I'm being honest with you. I don't know which way we're going to go at the start of the day. But what I can tell you and what I will tell you is that once we hit our resistance lines, we should get a rejection. Once we hit our support lines, we should get a bounce play. So I would rather wait to do some sort of put contract once we get up towards this area. And I would wait to do some sort of call contract, wait until we get down towards this area. So now we basically have a game plan on what we want to do. When the market opens up in the next 8 minutes, we can now say to ourselves, hey, I don't need to worry. Hey, I don't need to be freaking out. Hey, I don't need to be jumping all over the place. Hey, I can just sit back and I can relax and I can wait for the answer to be given to me. And I can wait until, okay, we dump on down at the start of the day. I can get filled at one of these bottom areas and I can bounce back on up. And if we break out, great. But if we don't break on out, then I can go ahead and take profits right here. I can also have a stop loss right underneath my support line. I can have a stop loss right underneath or right above my resistance line if I do a put contract, so I can keep my losses as small as possible and make my wins as big as possible. So that's what I'm going to be looking at the very start of this day to make sure that we're all set, ready to go. Okay? So the S&P 500, let's make sure that we're on top of that. Also on top of that, team, we also want to be watching like NVDA. NVDA got pretty close on down towards that 50-day moving average, still holding above that 13 EMA. Definitely could imagine, this play starting to get a little bit of a rise at the start. So NVDA, I definitely think there's still a little bullishness. I do think we're going to get one more attempted spike up towards like 920 plus, and that's where we're going to start seeing a sell-off. Usually when we see sell-offs, guys, it's going to be after like a third attempt. Notice we got one touch up to 970, another touch up towards around 970, and then usually we always get a third attempt. If that third attempt gets back up to 970, we get a big time breakout. But let's say we only get up to like 940 and start falling. That builds a lower high and that shows a lot of weakness. So I do think regardless, we will at least spike back up towards like this 950, 945 mark and then start fading and falling and dropping from there. So let's make sure that we're all on top of that. Let's make sure that we're all aware of that over on NVDA to see if that play could be able to get some momentum. Now, Dek, other than NVDA, is there anything else that we really want to be focusing on, that we really want to be looking at? Well, let's take a look at some of these penny stocks here, team. Penny stock wise, SNGX here. SNGX was a good solid play this morning. SNGX also did have a press release. We can see SNGX on the news scanner. SNGX 2-star press release, 77% gain, did come out with news. And what's the news? It says FDA grants an orphan drug designation for the prevention of post-exposure against Marburg virus here. So what we do have is we do have a 2-star press release. What's the 2-star word? Talks about FDA grants, right? So for me, I put a little, doctor here, like a little FDA guy, right? That's an easy way to know that it's a good press release right away. So SNGX, does it have a good credible press release? The answer, yes, it does. What does it need to break through? Here's a little secret for you guys if you guys do not know. When a stock is at 40 cents, 50 cents, it will always get a sell-off right around 80 cents. That's usually always a resistance line. Whenever you go from 40, 50 cents up towards 80 cents, you usually always have a sell-off. Now, once you break 80 cents, the next resistance line is going to be $1. So the target on SNGX is get above 80 cents, run on up towards the $1 price. $1 is where you get the next sell-off. You break through $1, then the sky's the limit. Who knows? We can start seeing a very big rip and run, see this play get halted a few times. SNGX, 10 million in float, does have a hot press release. #1 top gainer in the stock market today, looking for that 80-cent break. If you also want to, you can also look for a short at 80 cents. That could be very solid. Anything else in the penny stock world looking good? ONVO. ONVO, this stock right here has a little bit of higher highs right here. This play actually has the best press release so far today. You can see ONVO, 3-star press release, currently up 62%. Does have news, up 63% here, or a 63-cent gain. And what's the press release? Take a look right here. It says ONVO announces positive phase 2 results on its metabolic dysfunction associated steatohepatitis that is showing both reduction of liver fat content and strong safety tolerable compared to placebo. Basically, again, what do you only need to know? We highlight the words that you only need to know. Positive phase 2 results on its treatment and demonstrations. So we have positive results on its treatment and it's having good demonstrations. Makes it nice, simple, easy. That's why I love this new scanner so much, guys, is because literally it just gives you the answers of what you should be looking at, right? How simple is that? So ONVO here, team, if I were you, play the uptrend. The uptrend is in play. The uptrend is where all traders have been focusing on so far. Connect the lower highs. As long as you stay above this uptrend, you are still good to go. Once that uptrend cracks, that's where you start getting weaker. That's where you start fading. Remember, we had a whole lesson on uptrends. I'm actually going to post the lesson over on my YouTube on uptrends probably tomorrow. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that on out. But we do have all of our uptrends crack, right? Uptrend right here, crack. You guys can see right here, we do have our uptrend, and then once you crack, once you go from the bullish side to the bearish side, that's where you start seeing a little bit more sell-offs. So S&P 500, we have a game plan. We are going to be watching NVDA, SMCI. We went over a couple different penny stocks here today. We went over the current market and the current thoughts on the market. So I want to make sure every single trader is all set, ready to rock. Now, ladies and gentlemen, something that is absolutely huge that I want to make sure every single person is aware of. Right now, we do have the Double Me Up sale. So a little heads on up, guys, for anyone who does not know. Today, we are having a sale, and it's a one-day sale. It ends tonight at midnight. So if you do not take advantage of it, unfortunately, that's it, and it's over, and it's done. What we are doing right now at this moment, for anyone who does not know, is that you can sign up to Tradecaster.com right now, where I live stream all my trades, and whatever membership you get, you will get double. So yes, if you are not a member, if you want to go for a 1-month subscription, you do get 2 months. 6 months gets 12 months, and 12 months gets 24 months. If you want a lifetime membership, you will either get a free lifetime membership, or if you would like, you would get 25% off lifetime membership. So someone might say, hey, I'll get a lifetime membership and I'll give a free one to my husband, to my wife, to my friend. Hey, you want to split a lifetime membership? We both get one, whatever it may be. Right? So if you guys are interested in that, definitely check that on out. Or of course, you can get 25% off if you just like a lifetime membership. So right now, click the link in my bio, click the link in my description, and sign up on Tradecaster if you ever thought about signing up and watching me live trade every day, because you get 2 times the access. Now also, if you are a member on Tradecaster, you can't get a 1-month subscription because you're already on probably a 1-month subscription, but you can upgrade. So Tradecaster members right now, you guys can go to 6 months, you guys can go to 12 months, or you guys can go to lifetime membership and get the discount. But every single person, if you don't take advantage of it, I get it every single time. People hit me up tomorrow, say, hey, Dek, can I get it now? Can I get it now? No, it ends today. We've never had a sale like this. It's a 1-day sale. It ends in the next 18 hours. It's completely done. So if you want to become a Tradecaster member, or if you want to upgrade, do it right now. Okay? Double Me Up sale. It's right now. It's live, and I want to make sure that you guys are all set. Other than that, traders, if I may add, market's about to open right here. But if I just want to say really quickly, what an incredible time over in New York City. I know the market's about to open. We'll get to it in 2 seconds. But what an incredible time in New York City this weekend. Shout out to every single person showing on up. I would say, how many people do you guys think showed on up? I would say anywhere between 75 to 90 people, showing on up throughout the night. So it was absolutely amazing. Empire State Building right there. Amazing squad. Being able to meet all you guys. It was just so much fun. So awesome. And I just want to say thank you so much. Guys, the market's opening on up right now. We are seeing S&P 500 get a little bit of a dip right at the start of the day. Let's get ready to trade. Let's dive right on in. But I am again refreshing the live stream, going private for Tradecaster members only. So if you want to become a Tradecaster member, Double Me Up sale goes live right now. Check it on out on Tradecaster. And I'm going to refresh this for Tradecaster members only. All right, so let's get after it. Let's have some fun, and I'll see you on Tradecaster. I'll be live in 1 minute for you members, and again, I'll post the link once